This morning, bright and early, we are headed to the Grampians National Park. We are on our way to go meet our tour group, and then they're going to take us out there and we're going to see lots of pretty nature and wildlife, hopefully kangaroos, and we'll see what else. But it sounds really fun, and so we're really excited. Here we go.
Now this morning we have been circling around them.
So we have a 3-hour drive out to the Grampians where we're going, and our bus driver told us that there's supposed to be kangaroos and emus and all kinds of stuff, cool nature to see, so we really hope that that actually pans out and we get to have that full Australian experience. But until then, we are just going to relax and try to maybe catch up on some sleep and also hold our bladders for 3 hours until we get out there, so enjoy the ride with us. So we're just making a really quick stop in Beaufort. I almost said Texas because it feels just like a Texas town, like a small old West Texas town. But anyways, we're in Beaufort, Australia, of course. So making a quick stop for some tea and biscuits, and then we're gonna be carrying on the way. We'll only have about an hour left, but we've gone through rain and fog and cold weather. Now it's finally sunshiny, so I'm hoping the sunshine holds out for the rest of the trip once we get to the national park, so we can really enjoy some really good. So we can enjoy some really good weather once we're there. But the ride hasn't been too bad so far. Mostly slept a lot of it. But yeah, like I said, it really just feels like we're driving through like an Oklahoma or Texas country or town. So kind of interesting. Not too different so far.
So we've made it to the Grampians, and our first stop in here is the Aboriginal Cultural Center. So we're gonna walk around there and then eat lunch, and there's also some trails in the back we can walk on. And on our way up here we saw emus, and Donnie said he saw a kangaroo. I didn't see it, but our bus was going pretty fast, so we couldn't get any footage of all of this. But hopefully we're gonna see some more as we walk around. We should get to see a lot of wildlife today.
Just like 1 minute into our hike, we came across 4 kangaroos right up next to the path. 3 of them are, of course, just chilling out. One's kind of scouring for food, it looks like, but it's so exciting that we immediately saw kangaroos in the wild out here. So just a few moments later, we then saw 4 more kangaroos hopping across this big, huge field right behind us. But it's time to go back. We gotta head back to where our camp, or we gotta head back to where our group is, because our guide's gonna be bringing us pizza soon, so we're gonna have lunch, and then I think we're gonna get to go on some more little excursions and hopefully get to see some more wildlife. But if that's all we get to see, Aubrey was saying that the whole purpose of the trip has already been fulfilled, because we saw kangaroo up close and hopping across fields, so we can now officially check Australia off the list, I think.
So the Grampians are a national park west of Melbourne, and so we wanted to come out here so that we could see some wildlife, because we knew we wouldn't see any kangaroos in the city, and luckily we've already seen some, so check that off the list. And so the Grampians are a big mountain range in this national park, and it is the 3rd largest mountain range in the world. So we're excited to see it. I think we're gonna get to hike a little bit, I think see a waterfall and see a few more cool naturey things. So after having our lunch, now we're gonna get back on the bus and go see some more nature. beautiful view overlooking the valley and a lake, which I can't remember the name of the lake. And a beautiful lake. Now we're getting back in the van. We're gonna go to another scenic spot.
So we're on a 1 kilometer hike right now from the bus out to what was formerly known as the Jaws of Death.
I guess there were some accidents there, and so they no longer call it that. Now they call it the balconies.
But it's 2 large rocks that kind of protrude out, I guess, that looks like an open mouth. It's just another really cool outlook that we're on our way to go see. But this place, we actually have an hour-long period where we can hike around and check out this area. The last place we only had 15 minutes, but that's kind of the nature of these kind of tours, I think. It's just you go and you stop and you move and go and move and stop. And so this place we at least have a longer break. We've been discussing, we don't know if we are in the outback or what we are, but I also have heard them say the bush a lot. I'd assume we are in the bush just considering we're surrounded by bushes.
Yeah.
However, I don't know if that's a incorrect assessment of our situation, but this is a really nice hike, I guess.
Yeah, it's a great little hike up to some pretty lookouts. We like it. It's really cool. I bet it'd be easy to take your own car and just drive up these if you were to rent a car. We're doing a tour, so we get to, he knows exactly where to go, but it seems like it'd be a really easy drive to do on your own.
Yeah. I really thought that we were going to like the outback. I don't know where we are or what you consider this, but it's still very cool. We saw kangaroos, and that's all that we really care about.
That was the goal for the day. Our tour guide told us that there's lots of kangaroos and emu and lots of other wildlife in this area, but unfortunately there's no more koalas because there have been lots of wildfires here, and so they've wiped them out. But at one time there were like 30,000 of them, so we wish we could see a koala. Is that too sad?
Alright, so this last stop is Mackenzie Falls. So this is supposed to be a huge waterfall that's 263 steps down to the base to look up at it, or there are outlooks up above it, but that's supposed to be like for the people that don't want to walk as far. So we're gonna do the full thing and check out this waterfalls. I can already hear it roaring from up here, and my parents, the little go-getters, went ahead of us, so we're trying to catch up to them now. Actually, I see them, they're not too far. All right, so that was Mackenzie Falls, and it was extremely, extremely beautiful.
Really pretty. So you walk 260?
3 steps. 263 steps.
Okay, 263 steps down to the base of the waterfall, and then you can like dip your feet in or look up at it, and it's just really beautiful. So we stayed down there for a little bit, and then the hike back up was a lot more
Brutal.
strenuous. I thought it was a little toasty, but still worth it. Really
so you
pretty.
Definitely got to have water and sunscreen doing that, because coming up is really long, and you definitely underestimate it coming up for sure. But now we're hopping back on the bus, and I think it's just 3 hours back to Melbourne now.
I think we're gonna stop for dinner and then keep heading back.
And we're late on the bus. We're the last ones. Everybody's waiting for us, so gotta go.
So we are back from our Grampians National Park tour. We got to see so many kangaroos and emus and just lots of really beautiful views of the national park, and it was exhausting but really cool.
And I think for me personally, after doing that tour, I really enjoyed it, and I love finally getting to see kangaroos and all the different wildlife. However, in the evening whenever we were coming back, I wasn't able to get video because our bus driver was really booking it, trying to get us back, and we actually got back really early. But along the way, we saw literally hundreds of kangaroos out in fields and emus. They all came out in the evening, and we didn't get to stop and see them because we were booking it coming back. And also, I couldn't even get video of it because we were flying down the highway so fast. So for me personally, I think I would recommend looking up the routes of these kind of tours and then renting a car and then driving out yourself. It would be way cheaper. And in the evenings or different times whenever you want to stop, you would be able to stop and see all those things and really soak up and enjoy getting to see it. I mean, I'm talking like fields full of kangaroos. It was really incredible. But we didn't get to stop and see that because we're on a cruise and we had a timetable to try to meet. And it was pretty expensive. It was 127 Australian dollars per person, which, I mean, we had lunch and like a full day, so it wasn't too bad. But got to see a lot of cool views. I just think you could do it cheaper if you had your own car and you did it at your own pace.
I do agree with that, but at the same time, as the person who usually does most of the planning of our days, it was nice just being able to show up and then them have the whole route planned out for us, and they drove us and we could sleep on the way up there and everything. So I thought that was kind of nice. We didn't have to be checking our phones and our maps the whole way there, and they just did it all for us. So I think either way is great, but you have to get out of the city to see kangaroos and to see wildlife, so this was the way we chose to do it, but I think there are multiple ways you can do it.
Yeah. Anyways, we really appreciate you guys watching this video. If you liked it, please make sure you like this video and also subscribe so you can keep up with more of our travels, because we have a lot more coming your way. And we're going to send you out with this incredible view from our Airbnb balcony. So thanks so much for traveling with us.